Well, as I said to you yesterday from the edge of the M25, it's been a bit of a busy couple of days for me. I've been out on the road an awful lot, no sleep, and too much damn driving. So I've had to sacrifice a little bit, and unfortunately, it's been the YouTube channel the last 48 hours. But I'm back now, and everything's calmed down again. And I thought, what better way to start than a video read-through? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing alright. I'm not too bad, not too bad. I hope you're well. Let me know in the comments how you are and everything's good with you. Still a bit hot, you can tell. But anyway, that's not going to stop us. What I wanted to do was a video read through, look at some of your comments on one of the videos that you left your remarks on earlier on in the week, and I thought what better way to start off a fresh day. Well, the video I did, it was entitled Something Doesn't Add Up, and in it I spoke about the way the press behaves with regard to a story, how they take just one story and completely flood the airways with it, here, there and everywhere. And some of your remarks, you know, were pretty cool, so I thought I'd give you a bit of time, a bit of feedback and read through some of them now. So here we go. Okay, Wayne Gleed. Hello, Wayne. Thank you for commenting. Very simple. Distraction tactics. Simple. I believe you're right. Distracting us with all of that noise to hide other things. And, you know, you can look up certain presidents, certain presidents' sons, certain large sums of money in other countries, all going on behind the scenes while we were worried about a thing at the bottom of the Atlantic. Jane Griffiths, hello Jane, good to see you. The media all sing from the same song sheet. Switch it off is the best. Take care, Andy. You and many other people these days. Ken Johnson, Rothschilds sank Titanic, Jewish cabal. You know, there's an awful lot of theories and stuff about the Titanic. I've got a book indoors because there's the age-old theory that it's actually the Olympics sitting down there and not the Titanic. And there's supporting evidence for it and supporting evidence to blow that theory sky out of the water, pardon the pun. And I've got this book indoors. It's about that thick. And it's all about the conspiracy. Really, really good read. And I highly recommend it. It's got some great rep pictures in there as well. Rotty, 1971. Keep the tin hat ready from when Vlad starts firing something in our direction. I'm not mentioning the N word or the M word just in case, but you get the idea. Martin S. What sells is what's news. It doesn't matter how relevant it is, as long as someone somewhere gets paid. Rumour and innuendo is what the believing and gullible will buy. That is simply the way it is, and probably always will be. You've just got to look at the wall-to-wall coverage, and that makes a lot of sense, that comment. Pootle, when you get wall-to-wall news of just one thing, always look in the opposite direction. US Navy knew on Sunday that the Titan sub was lost, which meant the Biden admin did too, but we were still being fed lies about how long they had left for 4 days. What else happened in the USA that week? Well, we found out Trump was right and the Bidens are crooked, for one thing, but the sub-distraction overshadowed that. Yes, I mean, the US Navy have a network of sound detectors all over the ocean. And at the weekend, coinciding with where they lost contact with this thing, there was a loud bang, which could have only been caused by an implosion of a submarine or a submersible. James Cameron found out that news within an hour and a half, yet days and days and days of coverage on this, and everything else is hidden. Very good point. Leslie Drew, there's plenty of bad stuff going on. All this blanket coverage on one story is obviously designed to take our minds off the serious dodgy stuff that's going on behind our backs. These are scary times. They're getting away with it. Sure are. Mezoka. Andy, there's no great plan by the news agencies to focus on one subject or another. And you're right. that sometimes the government do use these stories to smokescreen dodgy dealings in Parliament and hide scandals and manipulate the BBC and ITV for propaganda purposes. No, it essentially comes down to overblowing small stories into big because it makes money. The twitching curtain aspect of all our inner nosy Parker gossip human nature is a money treasure trove for both TV and the press and the internet. The career of the journalists, reporters, newspapers and newspaper and media tycoons' whole revenue depend on it. Rupert Murdoch is not a multi-billionaire for nothing, and they found it isn't a big story today. Hype up a small one into a big story. That's it. Pound notes. There you go. Lifter. Ukraine is presently the biggest media lie, but hey, while the globalists are busy orchestrating the gutting out of the Russian and Ukrainian gene pools prior to their carving up the country's wealth once they decide to end the war, we're supposed to be distracted by the wall-to-wall coverage of the fake Schofield saga and other non-news stories. When I always look at the news, I mean, I'm just old enough to remember when news reporting was very different. I always ask myself a question: how does that affect me? Try asking yourself the same question you hear next time you hear something, and the answer to that will tell you everything. John Hugeton, sorry if I've mispronounced that, but hello, John. Absolutely right. Why, on all the different TV news channels, is the news coverage almost 100% identical? I've thought this for some time. GB News is the one channel that is somewhat different. Is that why so many tried so hard to discredit it? Name is pronounced Hudge, as in fudge. Hudgeton, thank you. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, they all get it from one source or a couple of sources, I'm led to understand, and take their own credit for it. Roy Stewart, absolutely, Andy. Totally fixed bias from all the news channels. I had hopes for GB News, but they're under the cosh as well. At least we can refuse to pay the BBC licence. But when do we start the revolution? Absolutely. I'm talking with somebody at the moment about the TV licence, and I hope to get them on the channel soon, so watch that space. Terry Liversidge, the media are in the pockets of the government. Never watch mainstream media anymore. Okay, again, a lot of people feel like that. One more, and then we will wrap it up. Austin Lloyd. Well, just look at the submarine. It imploded. In after a few minutes, the Navy heard the implosion, but the news fed it for 4 days. So how much was made in advertisement? Should have just said they all died and leave it. I was imagining the fear of suffocating for 4 fucking days. Absolutely. And ending on that comment as well, the way that whole coverage worked at that particular incident just illustrates the power of the media in trying to make us believe a certain narrative, believe a certain thing to be true. And unless you're woken up to it, it isn't. It never was. Anyway, that's some of your comments. Let me know what you think below if you've got anything else to add. Thank you very much for the support. We're over 45,000 subscribers now. I really appreciate all the support you've given me, and this channel really means a lot. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're still here. Comment and share. And I will see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.